this. This is the greatest sandwich ever made. A cheesesteak sandwich. Sometimes called a Philly cheesesteak sandwich. Sometimes called cheesesteak sub. Sometimes just called a cheesesteak. And sometimes it's made in atrocious ways, like with mayonnaise, or special frozen beef that, frankly, just tastes like turd. No, this is none of that. Let me show you how it's done. A good cheesesteak starts with fresh beef and amber waves of grain. It might be easier if you just go to the grocery store, though. For this recipe, we'll need these ingredients: an onion, a bell pepper, which you can see I've already been using this one, portobello mushrooms, or, white mushrooms if you don't care about flavor, roast beef from the deli, you usually can't go wrong with anything you find there, provolone cheese. I choose the stuff that does not have artificial smoke flavoring. I'm never going to understand that one. A hoagie roll, butter, be sure to let that sit out while you're getting started so that it's soft by the time you need it, and olive oil. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to heat just a little bit of this oil in a pan over about medium heat. I go just a little bit above the halfway point on my stove. Now, let's start cutting the vegetables. I'm going to use about a quarter of this pepper. I'm pretty slow at this, so I'll try to speed it up in post. Then, maybe I'll do a full quarter of this onion, too. That might be too much onion. And let's pick... 5 mushrooms sounds good. Rinse them first. You can buy these pre-sliced, but I find that they're too thick that way, so I slice them myself. Okay. After all that time, the oil is probably heated up by now, so let's start cooking these vegetables. You don't need to babysit this pan super strictly, so it's at this point that I start to cut the beef. I don't have a target weight, I just eyeball it. Since this loaf is a bit small, I'm going to use 6 slices. 3, 4, 5, 6 slices should do it. Then I go ahead and I dice up the meat because I think it mixes better into the pan that way. It'll go together with all the cheese and just integrates better. At this point, make sure to stir the vegetables a little bit so they don't burn. As for the cheese, with these particular slices, I always use 2 per sandwich, but, remember, if what you're using might be different, so you might need to adjust it a little bit in your case. I'm also going to dice the cheese so that it melts better in the pan. Vegetables look done now, so I'll remove it from the heat, and then I'm going to add the meat and cheese. These don't actually need to cook, I just want them heated and the cheese melted. So I'll stir it up a little bit here. Now it's finally starting to resemble a cheesesteak. Just a little bit more. Oh, I forgot something. I need to cut the hoagie roll still. So what I do is I make a trough for the filling to sit in. You see how I'm holding the knife at an angle? This holds in all the filling a lot better. See? Then, and you don't have to do this, but I think it gives the sandwich a little bit more flavor, I butter the bread. And finally, let's finish this sandwich. It's all falling out because I have the bread at an angle for the camera. Let me fix that. Alright. Now I'll put in some toothpicks to keep the top from falling off again. and diagonally slice it. And there it is. It's the best cheesesteak sandwich you've ever had. At least I think so. It's a little heavy on the onions. I hope you enjoyed this recipe. If you give it a try, tell me what you thought about it. Do you have comments, critiques? Let me know in the comments section below. Anyways, after all that work, go ahead and pull out a cold one. You deserved it. That's all I've got for today. I hope you enjoyed your sandwich. I know I enjoyed mine. If you subscribe to this channel, you'll probably see more cool stuff like this. See you next time.